Hello and welcome to my cake kitchen. In this video I'm going to be showing you how I made this white colored American buttercream, which can sometimes be tricky to make because let's face it, the success of any buttercream is set not only in the type of recipe and ingredients but also in the technique used. For that reason I'm going to be handing you a step-by-step guide and every information that you need to get success with this buttercream, which I used to cover this white themed Lambeth style cake. Before making the buttercream though, let's talk ingredients. American buttercream ingredients are generally icing sugar, butter and a choice of flavoring, the ratios of which can differ depending on objective and use. I have butter, icing sugar, vanilla, which I will not be using and I'll be explaining why in a moment, salt as an optional ingredient to enhance taste and balance the buttercream sweetness. In place of a pinch of salt though, I am mixing salted butter with unsalted butter, hence the salt isn't necessary in this recipe here. However, a pinch of salt can be used where the entire quantity of butter is unsalted. For the white color, I'm using this Ingenious Edibles white food coloring, and I have skipped the use of vanilla due to its intense dark color, which may discolor my buttercream. However, you could simply opt for any type of clear vanilla if you wish to. The quantity of ingredients used here are on screen for you to see. Now let's talk butter. Butter is the fat base of American buttercream, performing various functions such as providing structure, enhancing texture and adding flavor. For structure building in the buttercream process, butter when creamed allows for a smooth incorporation of the sugar for a velvety mouthfeel. Butter also absorbs flavorings whilst maintaining its own unique dairy flavor, which add richness to the buttercream. Worth noting, good quality butter will always enhance the overall mouthfeel and taste of your buttercream. The recommended consistency of butter for making any buttercream is room temperature butter, especially American buttercream, but I prefer my butter slightly soft and spreadable, a subject I cover widely in a previous video linked up here and in the description box for you. Over here, frankly, I forgot to take my butter out in good time, which means my butter is still chilled and solid. So to get it soft and spreadable, I cut the butter into smaller block pieces, which I'll set in the microwave at 10-second intervals until I observe a soft and spreadable consistency when I stir the butter together. A good way to judge how spreadable your butter should be is to observe an ease when mixing it all together without much strength applied. A general guide though is to observe a firmness of the butter when a dent is applied with your finger. If too hard, the dent will be hard to achieve without struggle. At the right consistency though, the dent is made with a small residue of butter on your fingertip. If a film of oily butter appears similar to vegetable oil on top of your butter may have melted, meaning the structure is broken. So at this point, leave it to set in a fridge before use. Next is icing sugar. Icing sugar in American buttercream adds bulk and body when creamed into the fat base of butter. It sweetens, thickens, and enhances stability. Derived from finely ground sugar presented in powdered form, icing sugar is sweet simply because it's sugar. When mixed into creamed butter, it stiffens with the butter to create a buttercream consistency that can be spreadable and pipeable. It also enables a velvety mouthfeel due to its powdered nature. Commercially produced icing sugar contains anti-caking ingredients in the form of either cornstarch or tricalcium phosphate, which prevents clumping. Clumps of icing sugar will make for a very lumpy buttercream unless the sugar is first sifted to rid of the lumps before use. Our ingredients are organized now, butter sorted and icing sugar sifted. It's time to start on the technique. American buttercream starts with creaming the butter, which can be done with a paddle or whisk attachment. This is a simple process of incorporating air and trapping tiny air bubbles causing the structure of the butter to expand. Visually, this will lead to the yellow cubes of butter turning pale in color. The pale or off-white looking butter now forms a neutral base for the addition of color when it comes to coloring your buttercream. However, generally the pale looking butter derived from creaming, which is almost smooth in appearance and easily spreadable, is a great base for adding sugar for a smooth and velvety mouthfeel. Creaming time for the butter varies widely. However, depending on the weather, a general guide for creaming your butter is between 4 to 8 minutes on this K-mix at medium-high speed of 3 to 4. After a total of 6 minutes creaming time, the butter has changed color and consistency, and this was achieved by creaming the butter at 2-3 minutes intervals whilst scraping the bowl in to ensure a uniform mix. I specifically have an intention to keep the butter firm here because as you can see in the bowl, the butter still has some firmness to its structure despite the change in its original consistency. A firm consistency here is best for a stable buttercream when the sugar and later the liquid coloring is added without causing the buttercream to be loose. Adding any liquid ingredient to already especially loose buttercream, it may just lead to undesirable results. It's time to add the sifted icing sugar, which will now be mixed into the batter slowly. So I'm starting the mixer on my lowest setting to avoid a cloud of sugar splattering all over the place. What happens when the sugar is incorporated into the batter is important for how smooth or grainy your buttercream will become. For the first 2 minutes, the mixer stays on low, not only for the sugar to mix in, but also to ensure the motor of the mixer doesn't burn. You can see the mixer head lifting a bit as the sugar is mixing in. After the sugar is absorbed into the batter, the speed of the mixer is adjusted accordingly until a medium-high speed of 3. At this stage, the speed remains steady because I want to avoid incorporating too much air, which may lead to air bubbles. I also don't want to overmix the buttercream to a loose consistency since the coloring, a liquid base, is yet to be added. After a continuous mixing of the butter and sugar, the mixer is stopped for the bowl to be scraped in. The mixing time is a total of 4 minutes at 2 2-minute intervals, with the bowl scraped in at each stop to give the motor a break whilst also helping a uniform mix. The timing of the entire process so far is on screen as a guide for you, as timing and visual cues are your sure guide to getting the best buttercream results. Another 3 minutes on slow to medium and the bowl is scraped in before the color is added. The color is pourable, but it's a liquid paste, which is better than, say, any loose running liquid. For coloring buttercream, it's always best to use paste or oil-based colors and avoid loose liquids. For white buttercream, it is always recommended to use a tinge of purple to balance out the yellow before the addition of color. I skipped that simply because the ingenious edible coloring used here is able to color the buttercream super white on its own without the need for the purple cancellation. The quantity needed, though, is down to one's own preference and need, so use as you may, but keep an eye to ensure the color you need is derived accordingly. White color is added whilst the mixer is running on slow, and once the color is incorporated, the bowl is scraped in again for the buttercream to mix uniformly. The mixer is now set on the lowest function for 5 minutes to smooth out the buttercream and rid of air bubbles. Air bubbles in your buttercream will cause texture when the buttercream is used as coating on a cake, or may pop out of your piping bag, breaking your piping motion and ruining your piping details. While on the subject of American buttercream, here are a few things to note. It is a very beginner-friendly buttercream to derive and simple to make with a straightforward process. It is, however, too sweet and can be overwhelming in taste. It is quite stable to make and can tolerate changes where necessary without adverse results. Although known to be smooth, it is less smooth with a slight gritty consistency due to the amount of sugar used and the presence of sugar particles. Compared to other forms of buttercream, though, American buttercream is known to be less smooth. Adding additional ingredients such as food coloring in excess may affect the consistency and mouthfeel of your buttercream, so it's always important to follow the recipe details and instructions. Perhaps it's worth noting white buttercream can be derived with other forms of buttercream such as Swiss and Italian meringue buttercream, but this is simply a super white American buttercream which is getting transferred into a bowl. I got this set in the fridge for half an hour, which I later brought out and simply stirred together with a spatula and went on to use as piping on this vintage style cake. If you found this video useful, don't forget to like and share, and please consider subscribing. I've also completed a very similar video like this in a live format with all the details unedited, which may be useful to you. I'll link that in the description box. I have more buttercream videos, including a podcast style video discussing the origins of buttercream, the different kinds, their uses, and everything else in between. I'll link all of that in the description box, and there are some videos about buttercream on the screen for you to tap and watch.